Hello and welcome to yet another Tuesdays at 2. Yes, every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I go live on various social media platforms and I have a different topic each week about executive career management or career management because many people have got so many questions about how to manage their career. So, a different topic each week. This is number 92, episode number 92. And today's topic is about I cannot sell myself. I am an introvert. Some tips. Now, for extroverts like myself, it's sometimes difficult, or actually, it can be very difficult to put yourself in the shoes of an introvert, and vice versa. If you're an introvert, it can be very difficult to put yourself in the shoes of an extrovert. Two different sides of the persuasion here. So hopefully, I will enlighten the introverts watching today on and give them some tips on how to optimize their career management and, in particular, their job search, because it can be very daunting. It can be very frustrating, even when you're an extrovert. So, here are some tips. Number one, understand your strengths. Every one of you watching live today and watching the replay has strengths. You need to do a self analysis on exactly who you are. What is the value you are going to bring your next employer? Not just your hard skills, your business skills, but what is the value you're going to bring as far as your soft skills are concerned. So, the more you know about yourself, the better it's going to be for you when you march on into a job search. So, understand your value, do some soul searching, ask your friends, your family, acquaintances, ex colleagues on exactly who you are. Do a lot of research, mind mapping of yourself. That's what I do. And I want you to give me an honest opinion at the end of this, what you thought of this show. That brings me into if you have any comments on or want to ask any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. So please put them in the comments bar beside this, and I will answer them. Doesn't have to be related to today's topic. I cannot sell myself. I am an introvert. So understand your strengths. Everybody has a ton of strengths. Everybody is employable. Everybody has a lot of value. Every one of you has value. So don't go out of your comfort zone. For extroverts, it might be okay to go out of your comfort zone, but for introverts, that's a cardinal sin. Stay within your set boundaries. What is your comfort zone? Do you want to go right like this in, or do you want to really keep it close to you? So that's your own comfort zone. Don't go out of your own comfort zone. You have to feel comfortable with what you're doing. Then you can network. So the benefit of the crux of successful career management, whether you're gainfully employed or whether you are looking for another job in career transition, i.e., unemployed, or employed and looking for another position, a promotion or advancement, is networking. Now, networking is probably for an introvert the most difficult thing you will do. It can be very, very scary. It can put you off anything to do with career management. But in the last 20 years or so, it's been made a lot easier by the online platforms that can now facilitate networking within the internet, the web environment. And you don't have to take a step out of your comfort zone, out the door, the front door, and go to an in person networking event. So it makes it even more imperative that you use the networking tools that are available. Obviously, number one, by a long shot, is LinkedIn. So if you are an introvert, use LinkedIn, have a fully complete profile, and use it to manage your career. rather than actually take a step out of your home, your comfort zone, and go into a networking event, because they are coming back after COVID. Many networking events in person where you actually shake hands is coming back. So network in your own comfort zone, your own environment. Now, if you really want to go to a networking event, and be very selective. You probably don't want a networking event with 1,000 people. You probably want a networking event within your own environment, your own comfort zone of less than 100 people. But my suggestion to you would be, if you are an introvert, is that you need to do it with a buddy. So somebody that's probably an extrovert who can shepherd, who can nurture, who can coach you through going to introduce yourself to people you probably don't know. But remember, every person you meet has a network in themselves, and you only need to meet one person, yes, one person, for one interview, for one job. So networking can bring you huge value. But if you are an introvert, yes, you probably need to concentrate using the internet, the World Wide Web, on networking internally within the platforms that are there. And they are very, very beneficial. But the more you network, the better it's going to be for you. So the concentration will probably be your LinkedIn. So Aldo, hi, Aldo, how are you? So I got any questions, Aldo? Anybody got any other questions? Please put a comment or the question in the comments below, and I will answer that question as I go through this Tuesdays at 2. So go networking with a buddy if you are going to an in-person event. Now, you need to emphasize your skills, as you do when you're an extrovert, in your resume, in your cover letter. And a cover letter takes you from today forwards, and a resume takes you from today backwards. And then you also need to emphasize your skills, both your hard skills and your soft skills, in your LinkedIn. So really, really make it outstanding. The people you want to make people want to call you in your resume, your cover letter, and your LinkedIn profile, because there are tons and tons of jobs. Even though that big R word is being thrown around in the press today and various other mediums, we are on a huge verge of a huge skill shortage globally. So you and everybody else watching today and watching this replay will be wanted, is wanted right now. Everybody is unique. You have a skill set. So make sure you emphasize your hard skills and your soft skills in your resume, your cover letter, and your LinkedIn profile. Avoid too much energy. Energy can suck stuff out of you. And with introverts, your energy probably isn't as much as if you were an extrovert. I'm an extrovert and I'm buzzing. I'm love this all the time. But I know an introvert probably couldn't buzz as much as me. It can be emotional. It can be very draining. So this is where you need to have a very, very good career plan, good career strategy, good job search strategy. So time yourself. Don't just go, 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 go. You probably need to give yourself a break, a little bit of rest, a little bit of R&R. It doesn't do anybody any harm, but they're more so for an introvert. So don't go buzz, buzz, buzz all the time. Just time yourself, pace yourself. Keep calm and collected. Don't look for jobs that are draining on you, that will make you want to, or force you into buzzing all the time. So when you look at jobs online, and remember, those of you who've watched my Tuesdays at 2 or gone to my YouTube channel where there are extensive videos, they are only a small percentile of jobs are advertised. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, a small percentile of jobs are advertised. But look for those job descriptions, scrutinize them even more. So look for words like work and play hard or social gatherings. Well, that's okay if you're an introvert, work and play hard and social gatherings. But for an introvert, that can be very, very trying, very draining on you. And I suggest that's probably not where you want to go, because there are plenty of other jobs you can choose from. So scrutinize the verbiage, the wording in those job descriptions. And if that you feel a little bit uncomfortable with what they're asking of you, if you get that job, then I would suggest you don't apply. But everybody has to make their own opinion on that. So review job descriptions inside out, back to front, upside down. Scrutinize them before you actually consider applying. Look at the company culture. Now, with the advent of the internet in the last 20 or so years, there is a wealth of information that you can tap into to understand the company culture. Now, company culture just doesn't go by sector. It can be just within particular entities within a particular sector. So I'm thinking of the 6 big banks that I work extensively with here in Canada, people going in and people coming out. Each one of those has their own distinct culture. There's some good cultures, there's some bad cultures. So, what you need to do is do your due diligence, a lot of research before jumping into a job application. Understand, well, is that corporate culture going to fit me if I was an introvert? What type of workspace do they give you? Is it your own individual office where you can use your own individuality, or are you going to be in a big open plan office? That has a major effect on introverts. So do some research. What is the culture as far as social is concerned? Lunchtime. Are you allowed to? Are you going to be involved in corporate into lunchtime culture? Do you have to go to various meetings, etc.? What are the expectations of the job? Every job has their own expectations. Are there many meetings that you are mandated to attend? Are they one-offs or are they very frequent? Because introverts tend to stay clear of too many meetings. Yes, you can't avoid meetings altogether, but you need to understand how many meetings are there going to be. If there's going to be a meeting a day or 2 meetings a day, that may not be very comfortable for an introvert. So, anybody got any comments, any questions to do with career management? Not just today's topic, but resume writing, CV writing, cover letters, LinkedIn, social media generally, networking, personal branding, job search strategies. Please ask me a question. I'm more than happy to answer it as we go through this Tuesdays at 2. So look at the company culture. One way to find out about the company culture, if you are going to apply to ABC company, that's a hiring line. You need to go off that hiring line and connect on LinkedIn or communicate on LinkedIn through InMail. You need to connect with people who are off the hiring line and see if you can spend 5 or 10 minutes with them to understand what they talk about at the water cooler. What is their culture? Is it a happy environment? Is it a stressful environment? Is it a frustrating environment? So understand the company culture. That is going to bring you huge value, because you don't want to go to a company where the company culture, doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, doesn't meet your goals, your emotions, and makes you unhappy. Because sadly today, Too many people are unhappy. So we got a question here. Cover letter advice from Aldo. We always focus on our resume. Yes, that's very true. So let's repeat that again, just what I said a few minutes ago. A cover letter written in the personal pronoun takes you from today forwards, and a resume is a historical document and it takes you from today backwards. Now, many people say, well, I don't need a cover letter. It's back to the old Boy Scouts motto: be prepared. You never know whether the decision maker at the other end is going to just put that cover letter in the recycling, the blue box, and it's going to go in the recycling, or whether they're going to read it inside out, back to front, upside down. A cover letter is important. Don't think that cover letters aren't read. Yes, they're not as read as much as the resumes, but they are read. They are read a lot. So you're asking from today forward. So a cover letter talks about the value you will bring. It doesn't focus too much on your career history. It talks about how excited and the value, the attributes, the skill sets, the soft skills, the hard skills you will bring your future employer. Now, coming to cover letters, I would suggest, although you go to my YouTube channel, so Martin Buckland, and then please press the subscribe button, where there are lots of videos on cover letters, and I sort of explain in more detail about cover letters and the different audiences, because there are 5 main types of cover letters. So hopefully, if you go to my YouTube channel, although you will be able to understand or look for in the cover letters, and look for many other YouTube videos, because I have a wealth of them on that channel. Now, coming back to introverts. Hopefully that helped you, Aldo. Coming back to introverts is prepare for the interview. Doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. The more research you do on that company, so that's where you understand that company culture. That's where you've networked with people who are currently there. And by the way, also network with people who've just recently left the company, because they probably have no allegiance anymore to that particular company. So they can tell you all the dirt. They can release all the information that maybe is bottled up inside them. Well, I didn't like working there, so I would suggest that you don't work there. Or then you can ask them, well, why didn't you like working there? So do a lot of research for the corporate culture, and that will help you in the interview. Introverts tend to be better listeners than extroverts. Extroverts want to get on with it and go fly with it, but the introverts want to analyze and want to listen a lot more than extroverts. So in the interview, remember, it's a two-way street. An interview is not just a one-way street. It's a two-way dialogue. It's a two-way conversation, a meeting of the minds. A meeting of the minds between 2 different people or a group of people and yourself, the candidate, to see whether there is a fit, whether you can bring the value that they're looking for in that particular job or title. So ask some questions, but listen as well, but make it a two-way street. A one-way street is not good. It's not going to do you any good when they're assessing the candidates. Once the interview is wrapped up, within 24 hours, send a snail mail, handwritten thank you note, not a note on the internet or through LinkedIn or whatever. So make yourself stand out by getting some really nice thank you cards and handwriting those thank you cards, bringing up the topics that you believe are the highest value that's going to get you the next interview or the job offer. So get some thank you notes and hand write those thank you notes. So, wrapping up this topic, I cannot sell myself. I am an introvert. Pace yourself. It's can be a rush. People are want to get back to work like ASAP. It takes time, and the more time and effort you put into a job search or your career management, more opportunities will flow your way, and the better value will be for your career management. So, anybody got any other questions as I start to wrap this up today? It's been a pleasure on episode number 92 talking about this particular topic. But as I say, each week I talk about a different topic. So next week's topic, let me go look at what's next week's topic is. Um, I am 50 and over the hill, not much chances of landing a job. Well, I'm going to tell you the opposite to that. So come back next Tuesday, Tuesdays at 2, when we will talk about that interesting uh, topic of I am over 50. That is a personal mindset that many people have. You aren't over the hill. And then my career tips for a crazy world will return twice weekly from next Monday, taking some time off for health reasons. And I'll be back with that. So there'll be 3 lives next week, starting next Monday. But I will be back with another Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Now, if anybody wants a free, no obligation, no sales pitch resume critique, please send it to me as a file via LinkedIn or to my email address. Go to my main website, aneliteresume.com, and you can submit it there. And I'm more than happy to give you 30 minutes of my time for free to go through your resume, because you only get one kick of the can, one mistake wrong, and you could have counted yourself out of a job where you are the 120% perfect, almost perfect candidate. If anybody also wants a LinkedIn audit, more than happy to go through that with you. And there are many videos on both resume writing, CV writing, and how to optimize your LinkedIn profile on my YouTube channel. So go to my YouTube channel and please press the subscribe button and the bell button, where you will be notified of all the future videos that are coming. And I'm filming some more in the next couple of weeks, because I want to always educate people on career management, because your career plays such a role in your overall life. It's not just you going to work 9 to 5. You take that work home. So anybody want a free, no obligation resume, CV critique, or LinkedIn audit, please shoot me a message on LinkedIn, and then also go to my YouTube channel. So there's a question here from Aldo. Let me just put my glasses on. Excuse me. I like the company, but not much the CEO. Should I jump or not? Well, it depends on how. I'm not sorry, although I don't know how close you are in the hierarchy. So whether you're just below the CEO, you report directly to him or her, or whether you're several rungs below, several notches below. But should you jump or not? If you're unhappy in a job, my suggestion would be yes, plan, get your resume, get your LinkedIn up to date, make sure that they're 2022 ATS friendly resume, and then make sure your LinkedIn is fully complete. I would suggest, as a career coach, that you decide to jump. And then there's plenty of opportunities. I'm not too sure what you're just below the CEO. Okay, so yeah, if he or she is making your life uncomfortable or unhappy, then why not? Why not move? There are plenty of jobs where you can bring back happiness into your overall life right now, even though where this big R word is being thrown around. There is been some big tech layoffs, but each one of those people, those big tech layoffs, because IT is in short supply, will find another job fast. It's just hard to be laid off or terminated or whatever you want to call it. So, yes, I would suggest that you plan and launch a job search, but don't put the cart before the horse. Get your resume, write your resume up to date, 2022 version ATS. And although I'm more than happy to have a look at it for you, and then make sure your LinkedIn profile is fully complete. So that about wraps it up. Thanks for those who was listening today and those who watch it as a replay. I'm more than happy to answer any question. I'll be back next week when come armed with some questions that you want to ask me live, putting me on the spot here, and hopefully I can answer them and give you some good information. So thank you very much for participating, Aldo. Hopefully I'll get the chance to see your resume, give you a free resume critique, and I will see you all next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern.